Respect, unconditional love, married upon self, married upon self. You already know what it is. It's your boy Ariel Nagael. Listen, I wanted to come in and I want to talk about something. As I normally go off on the science, right? and feel me, because I go off the true feeling through meditation when I build. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about my relationship with the Most High. I want to explain that and I want to express that to individuals today. And because I think it's important the way I view my personal relationship with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And if the way I visualize or the way I view the Most High can help you, then take what you can get from this. You know what I'm saying? Respect already. Just know every day is a new day. A new day. New Panuka. Panuka. New Panu. Means I am light. Alright. My relationship with the Most High is very personal, because a lot of times in my life, you know what I'm saying, I like to look at the big picture of shit. Like, I look at everything when I sit down. I look at the whole situation. Like, I got an aerial view of shit. You know what I'm saying? Ariel. You know what I'm saying? Aerial view. Whatever. So, like, when I look at shit, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking at the whole situation, regardless of what it is. And no matter, like, the outcome of different people's situation, you know what I'm saying, you come through them differently, depending on your connection, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is before I was even waking up, you know what I'm saying, to what the higher energies really was and how they played a part, you know what I'm saying, and why the spiritual aspect was important to guide you to certain things, and why certain religions was dumbed down so much and had a lot of what you want to call preschool ways of looking at the cosmetic understanding. It's because naturally it was training you to recognize what was inside of you. You know what I'm saying? What you carry every day, what you're with every day. Ultimately, if you're not doing things that are conducive for your relative growth, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's relative, that's gonna, whatever that may be, it's not a good and bad thing. It's what's relative to make you change into where you going to be in the future, which is already aligned with your higher self, because your spirit is taken from a higher energy. You know what I'm saying? Placed in you through your pineal gland. So you already know you have a characteristic inside you. So that has things that, an energy that it has, the flesh has to line up with. You know what I'm saying? I like when Young Pharaoh said one time, he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a thought, and then you realize you have a thought. You eat, or you get hungry, and then you say you hungry. It's like something's telling you these things. So that's what's inside of you. That's that apartheid to, you know what I'm saying, your synapses, what's connecting you to what gives you life, or that cosmetic energy that was put down in you through your pineal gland, that we like to call the soul. You know what I'm saying? So that interfaces with melanin and all that. So my relationship with the Most High came from me awakening after understanding that no matter what I've been through, even my mistakes, you know what I'm saying, and my mistakes and my great things that I did, it was all with the Most High that was within me. You know what I'm saying? And when we have a disgruntled understanding with people when it comes to religion, it's because each and everybody has a particular piece of the Most High in them, which falls with your characteristic that has the outcome which you got to go through. That's why each and every flower is different. You know what I'm saying? You got 1,000,001 different plants. You even got a bunch of the same species. You might see a field of the same flowers, but none of them flowers are identical, even though they look the same. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're the same family. All those flowers have different purposes with different sets of pollen, and they got billions of sacs of pollen. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing out of the ordinary that don't label how we supposed to be from the natural way of thinking. That's why if you go to my last joint, you see me talking about, you know what I'm saying, the spectrum. But I want to stay on task when I'm talking about my relationship with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So me understanding that at some point in my life, every time I bump my head or kick my foot, it was majority of the fact of the DNA I came from and me usurping that into a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, character and being that way. You know what I'm saying? When that is not even cosmetic, that is material of this earth. You know what I'm saying? Things of this earth physically that affect people, that makes your character mold into a different bread. And when it bakes out, you got that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to understand the fact that the people, the DNA that created me, had their own sets of characteristics. And that still was up to me to let those combinations of mathematical assumptions through those two characteristics formulate me. Like, I had to look at the outcome of different problems of how those two characteristics between my father creator and my mother creator come together in the outcome of what can be in a mathematical ratio. And when I started looking at all the negative outcomes from that probability because they decided to get together, that formulated in me, I had to check my own characteristic. You see what I'm saying? And when I checked my own characteristic, it showed me that the flaws was from the multiplication problem of those two getting together. Thus, when you read the Bible or you find in other knowledges, they're telling you, like, you know what I'm saying, the sins of the parents. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever they fear or whatever they conquered, you know what I'm saying, ultimately you're going to have the opportunity to take those situations to the next level. This is why it looks so detrimental to our parents when we out here doing shit, because what you did, that was your level of DNA that was multiplied from your parents. So whatever your kids multiply, and it might be shocking to you because you like, oh shit, I wouldn't have did that. Yeah, because you transformed your child, you know what I'm saying, Optimus Prime with that dude. Boom, he popped out Bumblebee. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. So I had to realize that too. That, you know what? You may react to certain people on the basis of that DNA strand or those DNA strands. You know what I'm saying? Whether aggressive or non-aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So after me over-ending and understanding that, conscious awakened. It started waking. And it started because me analyzing myself is separated, you know what I'm saying, me from being these things, because I got a chance to write down in the ethos, in the mind, and also in the physical, and see what I would be doing, you know what I'm saying, through my characteristics, you know what I'm saying. So now I'm looking at myself on paper, or I'm looking at myself in thought. You see what I'm saying? So now instead of me being that energy that created me, I was observing me. That is second dimension. People don't understand. When you start to have self-discipline for self, you ultimately start to walk in unconditional love, because you're actually becoming the caretaker of the body that the Most High gave you. You know what I'm saying? Now, the ultimate Most High creator conscious of the universe gave pieces of itself to give life to everything that has a physical existence. That's common sense. To be the right driver of your car is up to you. Understanding that you driving your car is up to you. You see what I'm saying? Knowing how to keep your car going, operate it, is up to you. Finding out how to read the manual about you is really up to you. What stops you from doing that is propaganda. Everything in the world. Religions that are young based, old situations that has nothing to do with present times, combination of DNAs from different people that you really don't know the history on, the wars that are started inside of you that you're trying to deal with characteristically when meeting other people. So you have a array of constant situations, thus even trying to mix in a common when bringing in fun. So with all these attributes that are taking place, you have your higher self right there with you all the time, but you don't acknowledge the fact. It's almost like having your homies with you, right? And that nigga, he riding with you, but you treat that nigga like shit. That nigga want to kill you one day. See what I'm saying? Because you like, I've been riding for you, nigga. Fuck you think, nigga. I fuck you up. I ain't pussy. You know what I'm saying? But you think that nigga soft because he riding with you. Now he watching you because he know everything you doing. Next thing you know, you got hit up by your man, or your man turns you in because you ain't give him no love. Same way you treat a dog. You don't show a dog love, or you beat him, eventually gonna bite your ass. You see what I'm saying? So we trip over our own self. There's nobody out here doing nothing to you. You doing it to yourself. And you have to realize that the higher self that's with you is not gonna put itself in a fucked up situation. It'll let you fuck up this body though. It'll let you fuck this body up all day. And how you sitting in your mind like, damn, how did I get here? And that's your higher self telling you, listen. See, negativity is not the attribute of something that's happening. It's a guideline to stay on righteous. You feel me? But we have privy to sample and experience certain things, so then we know the temperature of shit. So then as we go through, we know how to jump on the rocks and keep going. You feel me? That's full emotion. In any video game, the shit start out simple and they get a little bit different. But if you're not learning your troubleshoot from the first game, for the first board, you're going to fuck up in board 2. That's from, you know what I'm saying, leaving the parents to teenage to being a young adult. You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference in between understanding the Most High in your life. Now, when I understood that, I turned around and I hugged myself. This is where unconditional love come from. This is where married upon self came from. Because now I'm old enough to recognize, fuck a female, not saying, no funny shit, but first, before I jump into that, I'm about to love this motherfucker that been with me since birth. I'm about to hug this energy that's been with me since creation. I'm about to pay homage to that energy first, because everything I did, whether I fell or excelled in it, that was there. It's the reason why I'm still living. That's my relationship with the Most High. So then when I understood that through troubleshooting my own process, I was able to embrace God. Thus, the awakening, God in me. See, when you bring that into yourself, now you can sit still. And you can let the higher love of consciousness become mine. Because see, the mind is here. And you think you fuck up right here. But when you bring that consciousness in, it becomes all over, and then heart becomes mind. That's high chakra. That's why when the red rises, see, they show you different colors in the chakra. You only get purple by combinating colors. Red and blue. So then every day now, because that energy was always with me, I wake him up too. Before I do anything, before my feet hit the floor. Yo, put your feet down, go before me, bro. So that my feet land comfortably. Yo, King, walk before me so that the day is right. It won't happen without you. Yo, King, please see this food before me because it won't taste good without you. Please, King, lay down before me because sleep won't be restful without you. Please, King, upon that burn the fire, make that ring that consciousness because it won't be conscious without you then. Respect. You don't put it in your life, it won't be there. Ain't no church can do that. You have to use the methods that are there to bring you to that consciousness. That's why it's there. It's kindergarten. And the babies who haven't been in the oven long enough like us, we've been in the oven 73 trillion fucking years. They only been here 6,000 on the babies. So they need that knowledge like that. Let that be. Stop giving that all that energy. The babies need that knowledge like that. Because when they usurp it again, they gonna understand. The job is to grow the understanding and the connection with the spiritual entanglement that was given to them so they can have a synapses with melanin. That's what's lacking with that. Has nothing to do with no formulated concentration of negative outputs of situations that's going to bring the whole culture down. That's called propaganda. Racism and all that shit is propaganda. To keep you from seeing that your job is to be a good caretaker of what melanin is going to be coming into. You got to take care of this so the melanin can go in. If you don't wake up and understand that you're supposed to be getting that relationship with that spiritual understanding, then it's never going to come. You see what I'm saying? You're going to keep pushing it off. Thus the reason why they hate everything natural. But they're going to bake in the oven like we did. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, we came from all walks of life. We was all over. We was blue, purple, green, all that. See, and then I love when universal frequencies be talking about the pressure of the diamond. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand, like, that's dominatic. You know what I'm saying? I had a vision years ago that I grew like, and this is out of meditation, like I grew like 500 feet tall, and I was banging alongside some godly-like energy, and they were dominatic. They had colors, but they was like the stones or what you want to call the diamond-like was their skin, and it was certain colors, and they looked melanin, but they had diamond or jewel-like skin, and it moved like regular skin. It was just like jewels, though. You know what I'm saying? And but they looked melanin features, and they had on armor, and we was up there banging against some negative shit. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna go deep into that story. I'll say that for another one, but it's real. And each level of vibration of physicality has to exist within that level of vibration. So I don't care about what people are saying they discover or what they think they can do. Nothing you can do gonna vibrate out of this existence. You're not gonna bring shit to level 2. It's not happening. See what I'm saying? Mud, guts, blood is not going to level 2. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, pressurize this shit to get up out of here. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna go into all that because this was based on my relationship with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And my connection always sent me, you know what I'm saying, all the way through the cosmos when I started talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it showed me all the connections. So it's like, just to let you understand, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High's always been with you. You know what I'm saying? It's always been there. What's not there is your understanding of how you are connected to that, or the relevance of that being real, that is always there. The fact that you take a breath, the fact that you move, the fact that things are happening in your life is because of the granted motion of the Most High that's with you every day. It's nothing about you. Everything that happens is because the Most High is with you every day since birth. But you don't know that. And you're running through life and you're never paying homage to that fact. You're never turning around saying, it's me? It looks like me? Yeah, motherfucker, it's you. Each and every one of us. One. Just a piece off. Take all these pieces and put them back together and make one. That's a piece of consciousness that came from the Most High to give you something. Unconditional love. Unconditional love. That's my connection with the Most High. And once you receive that understanding, that has been there with you, and that's your best friend, that's your woman, that's your best love, that's your homie, that's your mother, that's your father, that's everything to you, that's your children. When you understand that first, that thing that's been with you all your life is everything that you think about that you're trying to find in the world, then you take that next step. When you stop separating that higher energy that's been with your ass before your mama and your daddy laid down. It's been the reason why you living. It was the parachute that the energy was flown into to have a life when your mom and your daddy got together. It was how you got there. It was the hang glide that sent you in through the cosmos and landed you into that womb to get that physical mud, guts, and blood to give you life from that earth. Respect. So until you understand that everything you create here is only because of that, you will never have the true relationship with the Most High, upon self. Respect. Married upon self. Unconditional love. It's your boy, Ariel Nagael. One, Nuke Panuka. I am like